Hey guys, welcome back to I Live to Cook. Today we're making a delicious lasagna, but we're going to cut out a bunch of steps. So let me go over what we have here. We have some marinara sauce. I found this at World Market. I found it to be the best tasting sauce. You can use any marinara sauce. Spinach leaves, which I've washed and dried and I pulled the stems off of. 4 cups of mozzarella cheese. And this is oven-ready lasagna. It's flat. It doesn't have the little ridges on it, but you do not need to boil it, so that makes it really easy. Here I have some meat that I've already browned up. I use this Genio Italian seasoned ground turkey. So 1 pound of ground turkey and a ½ pound of ground beef. That is because later on in the week I'm going to make sloppy joes, so be on the lookout for that. So I browned this up and I used 4 tablespoons of dehydrated onions and some Italian seasoning. And I added a little more basil, just because that's what I prefer, and some salt and pepper. That's all I added to that. I'm going to be using this whole thing of 15 ounces of ricotta cheese. And I was looking for the Philadelphia, what's it called? Do you know what I'm talking about? The cream. It's cooking cream, Italian style, but they didn't have any, so I went ahead and got this cream cheese, and I scooped out some of the cream cheese, and I mixed in, if you could see that, I scooped out a little bit because I needed to add a little bit of milk, so it was 3 tablespoons of milk.
What type of milk? Whole milk?
I used whole milk.
Whole milk.
And this is the less fat cream cheese. You can use a regular cream cheese. And added some Italian seasoning to this. And then I put it back in the refrigerator, and it's been refrigerating for a couple of hours, just so that the flavors from the Italian seasoning marry with the cream cheese. So I'm going to be adding that, and I think that's it. So let's get started. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix in these 2 cheeses in a bowl. This is going to go on the layer of the lasagna noodle. This is going to make a 13 by 9 casserole. Okay, so get that out of the way. Start to assemble. One of these boxes says that it makes a 13 by 9 tray, but I actually had some left over last time. I don't know why, but I did. So I'm going to use those first. What I do is, I gotta put the sauce down actually.
I got a question. What's the difference between those lasagna and this one right here?
Nope, they're the same thing.
They're the same thing, just a different...
It's a different box. Different look.
Does it look like?
Oh yeah.
It is a different box.
It's a little different.
Okay, well, it's the same
yeah, exact thing.
Okay.
To the newer box. Okay, before I put that in, there's some sauce. You want to put in a little bit of sauce in the bottom of the pan.
Or it won't stick?
Yeah, so the noodles won't stick to the bottom. That's good. Shimmy it around in there. Alright. So I just start building my layers. Get the cheese on there. It's pretty simple. Not too hard. You could do it, right?
Yeah, it seems easy so far.
Oh, also the meat that I used was an 85/15, so it had a little bit of fat in it. If you're using a cheaper beef, you might want to just drain off the fat. Okay, so I put the mixed cheeses on the noodles, and now I'm going to put in the meat. Just like that, nothing too fancy. And some spinach leaves. You could use frozen spinach. I just found that when I'm plating it, it just looks better like this. Comes out tasting the same, no biggie. And then layer it up. Now, in the past, I've made this where I've added a little sauce in the middle, and it tasted great, but it was really hard to plate, and the noodles were slipping all over the place. So, if you want to do that, you go right ahead.
So I assume this cheese you're going to put at the very top, right?
Yeah. And my needle broke. And a little bit more meat.
Or is it about 3 layers that you do?
Yeah.
So you got one more layer to do.
I'm going to put all the meat in this layer. So it's what, 2 layers of meat.
Okay. It kind of seems like you're not going to need this box right there because if that's the last layer right there.
Alright, yeah. Oh, spinach. Oh, me too, chef. That was a half a bag of spinach leaves. I found these in the salad section of our Fresh and Easy store. So that was a half a bag that I washed. I probably won't even eat it all.
Just a rough estimate. How much do you think all these ingredients cost?
$10.
$10? $15?
The meat was about $8.
So it just depends what type of meat you put
Yeah,
in
it
there.
depends on what type of meat, and if you're buying brand name products, you could make this fairly cheap if you use generic ingredients.
Well, you know, if you're gonna be putting the time and effort to make a lasagna, you might as well just go with the quality as much as possible.
Right. I've actually made this lower calories, and it came out tasting the same. I used a vegan cream cheese, which is a little bit thicker, it's a little bit denser, in place of the cream. And same thing, added the Italian seasoning to it. It's just as good. I'm going to try to pop in one more on the side over there. Maybe I'll try to see. Switch these around. See what they look like. Yeah.
I'm going to be cutting it close.
No. I have a cheese. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're just going to top this off with some pasta sauce and some mozzarella cheese. And this is going to go in the oven at 375 degrees for 45 minutes to an hour. Keep an eye on it. I'm going to do another video after this to show you what it's supposed to look like when you pop it out of the oven. Okay, so see you back in a minute. Okay, welcome back to I Live to Cook. The last video, sorry about that, it got cut off short. All I did was pour on the entire jar of sauce on top and topped it with the 4 cups of mozzarella cheese and put spinach leaves on top. I covered it with foil and I put it in my preheated oven at 375 degrees for 40 minutes. And this is what we have here.
Looks yummy.
I'll go ahead and cut into it. It's only been cooling for a couple of minutes, so hopefully
It might not have that hard texture yet, because it's still kind of soupy.
Yeah.
Because it's just still hot.
Might fall apart.
It smells good.
Fully cooked. So go ahead and serve that with maybe a side salad or some garlic bread I have here. I got this from Fresh and Easy. I cooked it just as is. And that's it. So if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down below. And please, if you have any suggestions about what else to make, leave that as well. Thank you.